Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Let's see who's in the building. We have Ordinary Woman, Linda Bez, Katina, Nola. Wait, 1 second. Okay. Nola, AP Urbans, Genuine Woman, Tommy is in the house. Hello, Tina. Yes, Hunter, yes, gotta stay strong in it. And let's see who else. Hey Dukes. Hey, my mod Dukes. Gotta take 5. GT5 is in the building. Sylvia Black. Hey girl, hey, not the one today. Not the one today, girl. April Showers. I did check earlier, but I didn't see anything, Tommy. So I will be checking. I definitely am checking periodically to see if I see any updates. Ruby Lee. Hey. Yes, Hunty. Yes, hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hey, Jacqueline. Hey, Miss Raven. Miss Raven's in the building. Arissa Bay. Hey. Come get this commentary, y'all. So check out my girl. Like I always say, check out her channel. Come get this commentary and come get this commentary too. She has 2 channels. We have Mondi. Oh, everybody's popping out the bushes today. Ciao. Regina's in the building. Veronica. I'm going to say hey to a few more people. Then I'm going to go ahead and get started. Because, some people had to come on CPT and BPT. So sometimes I have to wait a little longer so I can make sure more people have time to get in so I don't have to start over. Okay. Hey, Miss Sharon. Yeah, people have to catch the replay. We have Thomas in the building. Hey. I haven't seen you before. So welcome. Thanks for coming out of the bushes, Thomas. We have Deidre. Welcome. Okay, so I say hey to everybody. Well, if I miss you, it was by mistake. It wasn't on purpose. Okay, first thing we need to do is make sure that, let me check on the petition. Make sure that everybody has signed the petition. I'm sure most of you have. But if you have not signed the petition, the link is at change.org/Shanquella. That's change.org/Shanquella. Okay, wait 1 second. Let me zoom in a little bit and then I'm going to share. Okay, right now we are currently at 39,462 signatures. That's 39,462 signatures. So we actually gained a lot even since the other live. So we're almost going to be at 40,000 signatures. So if you have not signed the petition, the link is at change.org/Shanquella. I'm going to post a link in the chat because for those who have not signed. If you have not signed a petition, I'm going to give you a second to go ahead and sign that petition. It won't take you but a second to do it. Yes, some people were asking for the petition link. I posted it in the chat. And remember, throughout the live, my mods will also post it. Okay. Hey, good evening, KC. Apart and above. Hey. Welcome. I haven't seen you before. Welcome. From South Jersey in the building. Helen Henry, HH. Hey, girl. La Mala. Welcome. Hey, La Jessica. Who else do we have here? Guys, this is the easiest link to remember. Please sign the petition. Here's the link. Thank you for posting that, dudes. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, right? I'm joking. But hey T, welcome to the chat. And Yes, don't forget to smash that like button. And yeah, sign the petition. We're almost at 40K. I can't wait to get to 50K. That's like a good number to me. So let me go ahead and actually start. Maybe I'll go ahead and start with the petition update. Yeah, since I'm already on the petition. So let me go ahead and give y'all a second to sign the petition, change.org/Inquella. And while y'all signing that, I'm going to pull up I'm going to go ahead and start with the petition update. Yes, that's great. We're at 39,462 signatures, almost at 40K signatures. And hey, Sherry. Hey. Okay, so let me actually take a screenshot of something and give me just 1 second. So make sure right now I'm going to put the link up that my mom posted of the petition, and then I want you to sign it while I'm getting the screenshot. Wait. Again, make sure you're signing a petition. It's at change.org/Inquella, change.org/Inquella. So go ahead and sign that petition. It only takes a minute to sign it. Okay, so thank you to everybody that just signed the petition. Thank you. Okay, so pretty much we're at 39,000 signatures. So what I did do is I went ahead and sent the petition signatures, the 39,000 signatures by Excel spreadsheet to Mexico, not to Mexico, my bad, to American fish officials. Okay, so I sent it to, as you can see at the top, it says Leah. Some of the email says Leah Bontavani, Shirley Rutledge, FBI, Anthony, the secretary, Anthony, and I also sent it to the mayor of Charlotte, the governor of North Carolina, and Dina King, the U.S. Attorney's Office, Department of Justice, and then Ken Salazar, which is the ambassador for Mexico for the United States. So I did not send this to anyone, any Mexican officials, only U.S. officials are, and Ken Salazar is actually the ambassador to Mexico, but he's like United States. Okay, so he's just an ambassador that goes between the two. Okay. So I didn't send it to anybody like Mexico officials, only U.S. officials. So let me correct that, okay? Okay, so that was sent today to the, now, just because I sent the petition out, I'm going to actually send it to more people as well. And just because I sent it to the people, it doesn't mean that they're actually going to, oh, let me take action. It's the same thing as sending a letter to a White House. It's like you're trying to apply pressure and let them know, hey, mayor, hey, governor, hey, all these officials, including Anthony Blinken, this many people want justice for Shanquella. We have 39,457 people that want justice for Shanquella, and we are waiting for justice. We're waiting for you to take action, and the numbers are going to continue to increase. And secondly, the petition was sent to Shanquella's father as well. And her father said he is going to submit it to some of his people that he has spoken to. I think he said like a congressman and somebody else he's going to send it to. So he also has the petition signatures to send it to where he wants to send it to. Okay, so that's for the petition update, okay? So make sure you just continue to sign that. I think that's all I have to say for the petition. I'm also going to send out an email, and the email is basically going to cover the same information I just covered that I did to submit. I did submit the petition to U.S. officials from the FBI, Department of Justice, and the ambassador to United States or for Mexico, and Mexico, whatever, and Anthony Blinken. I'm also going to send it to more people as well. The governor, I already mentioned everybody. So yeah, I pretty much sent it out to some people today. I'm going to also continue to send it out. And I'm definitely going to resend it again at 50K, at 50,000 signatures. Okay. One thing that people might be thinking about is that if you are an elected official, right? And you're elected into office, you don't want there to be 39,000 people out there upset with you, because now you're thinking, hey, I could lose votes. I could lose votes if I don't take action on something, right? So that's why I'm sending it to a lot of people, especially people that are in elected positions, because they definitely don't want to look bad if they know all these people are watching and waiting for justice. Okay, so that's why I'm going to continue to send to more people. And Shanquella's father said he's going to send this to some people as well. So hopefully they will know, and this will get out to more people to let them know that we're watching and waiting. Okay, so let's move on to the next thing. Hold on one second. Okay, let me go ahead and get over. There's one thing I want to address before I get into Daejhanae. And that is, well, it actually goes hand in hand with Daejhanae. So let me go ahead and do both. Wait 1 second. Let me take this picture down for a second. Yeah, so good job, everybody. Thank you for signing the petition and sharing it and getting the word out. And we definitely are on our way to 40K. Okay, let me see who has entered the building now. Let's see who has entered the building. Salute. Hey, Shank Rock. Make sure you check out Shank Rock's channel. Hey. So make sure you check out his channel. Let me scroll back up. I'm behind a little bit in the comments. So yeah, check out Shank Rock. Make sure you check out his channel and subscribe to his channel. And also I want to give a shout out to, I don't know if he's in the bushes or not, but I do want to give a shout out to Star. He's another content creator. And pretty much, remember the other day, there's a weird YouTuber on here. She's very weird. And she has been faming my name, slandering my name, accusing me of different things. She has called me everything from a baby killer because she has misinformation that she's putting out, accusing me of being someone I'm not. And I'm actually going to address that in another live as well, how different YouTubers are harassing and bullying and doxing and defaming a victim, someone who's actually a victim of domestic violence, all for content and all for beef. And that video is going to be coming soon. And I actually will have a video interrogation of the real person that was actually accused and convicted, should I say convicted of the crime, right? So they actually are, the person they are calling a baby killer is actually the wrong person. So they have the wrong person. So they're defaming this person, they're bullying this person, harassing this person. This person does not have a YouTube channel. They're not on YouTube to defend themselves as an innocent person. They're harassing just for content and just as for a part of a beef. So I'm going to actually go into that more later. And like I said, the person that was actually convicted of it is someone with a completely different name. And they did not do their research on the case to actually find out who was actually convicted of it. So I'm going to go into that into more detail. But yeah, this person has been slandering my name. And now today, I actually saw something that was very interesting. And it kind of goes with this whole Daejhanae thing because it's kind of like an angle. This person today actually pretty much begged Nazeer Wiggins to send him an email. And they wanted him to send an email with his passport and the other video that he hasn't posted yet. He hasn't sent the video to anyone. He has not posted the other video he said he posted by the pool. So this person has been slandering my name, accusing me of sleeping with Nazeer, accusing me of covering by Nazeer because I reach out to him to get questions answered that people want questions answered. So when I reach out and I get the answers, then people defame and slander my name. So this person has been saying all nasty things about me for communicating with Nazeer. And then today, listen, y'all, today in their own live, they put their email up and said, Nazeer, email me your passport in a video, because that's what I told y'all. This person is jealous. They have defamed my name and try to slander my name to take me down because they are jealous that Nazeer sends me stuff, sends me videos and sends me messages. They are jealous that Nazeer stopped responding to their messages, because how can you say all these nasty and vile things about me for communicating with him, and then you turn around today in your own live and beg him to send you communications? I cannot. This is unreal. This is totally crazy. I mean, let me actually play this. And like I said, go back to all the other videos of her calling me all kinds of names because I communicate with Nazeer. And then today she actually told him that she is the one that he should be sending stuff to. See, I'm telling you, I know when I titled that video Defamation and Jealousy, I told you she was defaming my name because she was jealous. So let me play her video and watch. I'm telling you, you cannot make this up. Like, at least she could have played it off like she wasn't jealous. But now for her to say this, let me play this audio. This is just crazy. And it's outright jealousy at this point. You're upset and mad because he communicates with me. You're mad because he sent that arrival video to me. You're mad because he answered one of your questions a long time ago and he stopped answering. Maybe he followed his instincts and realized that you were weird and crazy, and then I don't know. But girl, let me play this audio so y'all can see what I'm talking about. This is ridiculous. So you do all this name calling, slander my name, defaming me and saying I'm covering for Nazeer because he communicates with me and sends me answers questions that I'm not the only one who has questions. Everybody out here wants someone from the Cabo 6 to answer questions. So y'all should be happy that I get some questions answered, because for a while it was complete silence. It was silence. Nobody was talking. Right? So now she's out here defaming and slandering my name because she wants to be the one to get the emails and messages. So let's listen into this. This is crazy. When I get stuff, I share it with everybody. There's no need to slander me and defame me because you're upset that my questions are being answered and not yours, and your calls are being ignored. That has nothing to do with me. Okay? So yeah, and on top of that, just to try to get at me, you have started attacking somebody that's not even on YouTube, a domestic violence victim. I'm gonna call all y'all out because I'm gonna put out the full story and how y'all harassed somebody, call her a baby killer and everything else, and y'all gave her somebody else charge, and then y'all gave me somebody else charge, trying to, all out of jealousy. I'm gonna tell this whole story, how YouTubers attacked people out of jealousy. Yep. So let's go ahead and play this clip. Hold on.
Sign that guest list.
Oh, we know now. we got confirmation you did not sign the guest list, and I believe Shaquilla didn't either, because the according to the witness in the concierge statement, he didn't even see her until dinner time. She was the last person to come in. So then the question still is out there and remains: who signed in for Shanquella? Because we know DJ signed in for you because they emphasized that. Okay. But they also emphasized that everybody was there on that trip. They never ever mentioned anybody coming in the next day of the 29th, even after it all went down. They didn't mention that. Okay. At all. They looked at everybody that was there. They said one of the guest members used their translator. So it's still a lot of suspicious stuff going down.
Oh yeah, that. My name though. So I'm trying to find my signature. Oh, where's my ID?
Well, you don't got to prove that point, sir. That right there, that's a given. Look at the passport. Look. Yep. Look how you looking.
Anyway, I don't know.
Why you just didn't show the passport? Even though it wasn't your signature, why you just didn't show the passport? Because that passport had that stamp on it that was going to verify the day you arrived. Now you got a challenge, okay? So get the information out here however you can, okay? Even though you're not creditable. And, you might want to email it to me. You might want to email it to your girl, okay? Let me see if I put my email up there in the chat. You might want to send that email over here to me. Okay. Let's see my email. Okay. I think you might want to send that to me so we can,
Y'all hear this. This girl goes on Nazeer all day and night, accusing him of brutally attacking Shanquella, saying all this stuff about me for asking him questions and getting like a video from him and messages from him on IG, accusing me of all these things. And then she puts out her email and says, Nazeer, email me. You gotta be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. She said you can't trust nobody that's in communication with Nazeer, but yeah, she's trying to communicate with him. Y'all make it make sense. How? She said you can't trust somebody that's in communication with Nazeer, but she has been in communication with him because she messaged him before, and now she's sending her, like, posting her email for him to contact her, but she's trying to get in communication. You cannot make this up. Let's go. Let's continue on.
You got to send it over here. Because I wouldn't know no other way to get it. Okay? So, there's my email.
Talking about, send it to me because I don't know any other way to get it. The way to get it is through me, obviously, because he's talking to me. But you don't want him to talk to me. You want him to talk to you, right? Because you're the one that's creditable. You're the one creditable, right? So you want him to email you instead of me. Child, you cannot make this up. Like all the things you said about me for communicating with him, and you're sitting there trying to be thirsty, want him to email you. I can't. This is too much.
I know you're in them bushes, so put this one up here, the email down low. It's right there. Okay. Email me. Show the passport. And when you send in the email about the passport, show us the video when you was by the pool.
And she's like, show me the video of you by the pool. So she's upset. I told you that's why she took my video that Nazeer sent me on his arrival. She cropped my name out of the video and slapped her name onto it to take credit for my receipt. She is upset that he sent me that video. She's upset that he sends me messages and answers my questions. So then she slanders and defames me, calls me, like, accuse me of a crime, accuse me of being somebody I'm not, and a bunch of slanderous things she has been doing on my channel, saying I faked the receipt, a bunch of things, and it's all to try to take my spot. It's all to try. And when I say what somebody's put, hold on, where is that comment? Somebody tried to correct me. I know it's credible. I'm actually being funny because she says creditable. I know it's credible. Okay, it's a joke. If you actually listen to her, that's what she says, creditable. Okay. But yeah, so it's out of jealousy. So everybody knows that Nazeer has another video of him by the pool. She wants that video because she already know he already sent me the other video. So now she wants the other one that he has left. Right? So that's why she's trying to get that video. And let's go over how she keeps on comparing legs. She keeps comparing legs to wait 1 second. Let me go back to the super sticker first. Let me address the super stickers I got before I get too far behind. The reason she said her only receipt or evidence that she's put out to say that Nazeer is the one that attacked Shanquella is to say he attacked her because his legs match the legs of the person attacking Shanquella. That's her only receipt for saying that, is that she keeps on putting up a picture that she colored like she inverted picture, and then saying that, oh, the legs match. Girl, your legs are more, your legs, like, look at this, look to the far right, your legs match the legs more than Nazeer's legs. Like, you're ridiculous. Like, your legs match that, and that, girl, your chicken legs match it more. How everything is going in. Hold on. Shout out to Star for the super sticker. Yeah, thank you for supporting my channel. But yeah, shout out to Star for speaking up on this whole thing, and especially how she defamed me at my channel and defamed me, and how she also didn't do her research. She definitely didn't do her research, because not only did she accuse me of being someone I'm not, but the person she accused me being, she defamed that person, calling that person a baby killer, when the real story is that it's a totally different person that was responsible for unaliving a child than the person they were accusing me of. It's a whole mess. She didn't do her research, and she still hasn't done her research, because she's the baby father, and the whole thing was also found not guilty, so he's not even responsible, but she's also defaming that person. She does not do her research before she puts out misinformation. And as it turns out, the person that they accused of being a baby killer, her charges were dropped and she was found not guilty. And then on top of that, she's actually a victim of domestic violence and other things. So they're harassing the wrong person, trying to get at me. It's a complete mess. But yeah, shout out to Star for actually speaking up. Check out his channel as well. And thank you again for speaking up on this, because it's just ridiculous. And now I see today, after listening to her video, it's complete jealousy of my channel and me being able to get Nazeer. It's over Nazeer. I don't know what her whole thing is with Nazeer, but something is off, completely off with the whole Nazeer thing. And also something is off. Why I'm bringing her up is this, with the Daejhanae thing. Okay, someone said, how do I know is Daejhanae reporting me? So I'm going to go over that now, because some people have came into my comments and my messages, and they have said that it's possible that somebody could be impersonating Daejhanae. And I will go over what has to be done. Okay, so hold on 1 second. Shout out to AP Urbans for the super sticker. Shout out to you for the super sticker too as well. Yes, thank you for supporting my channel. And remember, everybody else can support my channel for free just by hitting that like button. So hit that like button. That's a free way to support my channel. Okay, I'm gonna pull up the if you missed the last live, then you're behind, and I really cannot catch you up. So you have to watch the other video in order to catch up on this. Okay. In my last video, I'll give a brief recap. In my last video, I pretty much stated how Daejhanae, 2 videos I made on Daejhanae were reported through a privacy complaint. And in order to file a privacy complaint, you have to be the person that is in the video that's being discussed. Like your name has to be on there, like your physical, like your full legal name, and or your picture has to be shown. It has to be something that identifies you and has to violate your privacy. Okay. So when YouTube sent me 2 messages and they stated that someone filed a privacy complaint, I looked at the videos being reported and the timestamps being reported. And when I saw it, I saw that it was actually Daejhanae Jackson's full legal name on LinkedIn that was being reported. And that's when I stated it has to be Daejhanae or a legal representative. However, that's when I got messages stating that this YouTuber right here has a history of falsely reporting people or falsely flagging, or and she did recently impersonate Nazeer to try to get information from American Airlines. Now, I'm not accusing her of doing this. However, since she does have a history of this, and it's coincidentally around the time where she's slandering my name and defaming my channel and things like that, then I have to mention it just in case it's not Daejhanae. So I'm just putting it out there that some people think that it's a coincidence that she is beefing with me and she has a history of false flagging people, right? Other YouTubers. So yeah, so wait 1 second, hold on. So anyways, I got the 2 privacy complaints. I already posted the messages last time from YouTube, and I showed you that the videos that reported were about Blue Rhino and Daejhanae Jackson, and it had her full legal name. I pretty much handled it, and YouTube did take my side, and the videos are still up. So let me show you the messages. Hold on. Not that one. Wait. Wait 1 second. So I'm going to show you the messages, and pretty much YouTube did take my side on it and said the video can stay up. It does not violate privacy. And like I said, it doesn't violate privacy because Daejhanae is a topic, international news story right now. And since she's an international news story, everyone can talk about her and put her in videos. She has no more expectation of privacy anymore. So I pretty much let them know that she is a person that's all over the news for brutally attacking Shanquella. So how can she expect any privacy at this point? And that's when they took my side, right? So let me show you the 2 emails I got. Hold on. Okay, so here's one right here. Basically, as you can see, it says Tuesday, April 4th, so yesterday, and it says, hello, we have reviewed the complaint and have determined that the content is accepted from removal based on our privacy guidelines, which can be found at, and then it gives the privacy guidelines. It says the content does not violate our policies and remain on the site. We thank you for using YouTube. For more information about our removal processes, please check out the following video. Okay, so that's one email, and Then I have another one, and pay attention to the date, okay? Because I'm showing you. I got this one at April 4th at 9:11 a.m. And then the second one I got back was, I was like, okay, well, one went through as I got back, and let me see the other one. Okay, so and this one is April 4th at 10:21 p.m. So I got this one in. It's the same email basically saying that my 2 videos will remain on the website. So each video was looked at, and then they based it on like what I was telling them, that is actually she has no expectation of privacy because she's all over the news. So it's pretty much, let me go over the guidelines as well for those that don't know. The 2 videos were about Daejhanae Jackson. It was about Blue Rhino. It had her full legal name in there. And technically, if you are a regular person, you're not all over the news, people cannot put your full name in the video because that violates your privacy and that identifies who you are. They cannot put your full name in the video. However, if you're a newsworthy person, you're all over the news, or a public figure, you no longer have that expectation of privacy. So people can use your full name, they can use your images, and they pretty much, your name will be all over the news and everywhere. I mean, come on. Like, even if I take down my 2 videos, it still be all over the news and everywhere. Like, girl. So again, they don't tell you who filed the privacy complaint. They only tell you what's being reported. But what I do know is there are rules to who can file a privacy report. So let me show you the rules. And then from there, you can make up your own mind on whether you think it was Daejhanae or somebody impersonating her. But let me show you who has to file one. Wait 1 second. Let me show you who has to be the one that files. So again, it was the video had it was Blue Rhino had Daejhanae Jackson's full name, so she's the only one that can technically file, or a legal representative for her. It cannot be someone else. So either her or a legal representative, or someone could impersonate her. I'm not gonna throw that out the window because it did happen coincidentally at the time when I'm beefing with someone that has a history of doing a thing like this, right? So just in case, I like to cover all bases. I don't want to say, oh, it's Daejhanae 100%. But then, and people are emailing me saying this person has a history. So I have to put that out there as well. Okay, so her beefing with the other YouTubers and false flagging. So hold on. So let's go over this whole thing. Okay, it says for the privacy complaint. It says to file a privacy complaint, start the privacy complaint process. As a complainant, your privacy is respected in this process. At no point will your identity or contact information be released to the uploader without your consent. Our communications to you about this process will be sent to the email address that you give to us, and we'll add support@youtube.com to your spam filter to make sure that you get these messages. Now, although they don't tell you who sent it, when you are sent to the video, you are given a timestamp, like what time the violation occurs, or what time they are reporting at what timestamps. So I went to the timestamps, and that's when I saw, watch part 1 to understand. I saw that it was Blue Rhino video on Daejhanae, both of the videos, and it had her LinkedIn profile with her full name being displayed. And that was in 2 videos, and it was the same LinkedIn thing I was discussing in the videos that was being reported at those timestamps. That's how I knew it had to be related to Daejhanae Jackson. And then this is the rules. It says first party claims are required. So it says you have to be like the first party. You have to be the person that is being affected, or you can meet one of these exceptions. It says we do not accept claims made on behalf of third parties except in the following situations. The individual whose privacy is being violated does not have access to a computer. So if someone does not have access to a computer and you do, then you can file on their behalf with their permission. The second option is you still have to have that person's permission. I mean, the individual whose privacy is being violated is a vulnerable individual. Like the person might have a disability or some kind of handicap will prevent them from understanding what's going on and to actually, what's going on. And then they are vulnerable individuals. So you're kind of like in charge of their care or something like that, maybe something like that. And then you will file on their behalf. It says the claim is being made by the parent or legal guardian of the individual whose privacy is being violated. And obviously this is like whether you're like a parent of a minor or you're a legal guardian of someone in some other way, or even just as a child or minor, then you can file on their behalf. Okay, and it says the claim is being made by a legal representative of the individual whose privacy is being violated. This could be like a lawyer or someone who manages you, like a manager. But again, as you can see, all these relates to having to be the person. And then it says are related to the person or some kind of responsibility of the person. So the person is Daejhanae, remember? The request is filed by a close family member on behalf of a deceased individual. Those are the only things. So all of these things means that it has to be someone connected to Daejhanae in some way in order for them to file it for her, right? And it says, we will not accept privacy complaints filed on behalf of other family members, such as husband, wife, cousin, brother, or sister. So it can't just be like, oh, that's my family. And it says, or colleagues or employees, individuals must submit a report themselves. Okay. So you can't be their boss or employee. You have to do it. The individual has to do it themselves. And it says, or you can't even say, well, I'm on behalf of a company. Like Blue Rhino cannot file on behalf of Daejhanae for her. Okay. So those are the rules. So it has to be Daejhanae or someone connected to Daejhanae in one of these ways, or someone impersonating Daejhanae. I'm not going to give you that answer because I don't know myself. I can only tell you that what was being reported was as a privacy violation was Daejhanae's full legal name. So it has to be someone that meets these requirements or someone impersonating her. Okay, and we all saw that the other person, the YouTuber, just did impersonate Nazeer. So is it beneath them to impersonate Daejhanae? Not really. And she has a beef with me, and she has done this before. So I'm gonna leave it up to y'all's interpretation or what y'all think. I'm not gonna just like I normally do. I will put out the information that I receive, and then from there, people can make their own assumptions of who reported my 2 videos. But what I do know, it did not work. So whether it was Daejhanae or a YouTuber falsely flagging me out of jealousy, it did not work. My videos are still up on Daejhanae and Blue Rhino, and I oop. Okay, so let me read some comments, and then I need to get to the next thing. So let's see here. If you're just not getting here, I would say catch the replay. I already discussed the petition and how to sign it, and now I'm getting into some other things. Hold on. Shout out to Star again for the super sticker. Yes, thank you for supporting my channel. And Tommy says, I love Star's commentary, had me in tears. Yeah, I love that video. To be honest, I ain't gonna lie, I watched it a couple of times. And yeah, he did a great job on that video. And you know what? Sometimes people have to speak up because what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. I mean, come on. It's ridiculous at this point. Yes, his commentary was on point. You know, a lot of times people stand by and watch as things happen and they don't speak up. So he actually spoke up, and I was actually shocked, right? But yeah, he actually spoke up, and that definitely is wrong to try to pin like all this stuff onto me, and for what reason. And now we can see, if you missed it, she's jealous, and she's jealous because people are communicating with me that she wants to communicate with her instead. She feels like she's a narcissist, and she believes that she is the one that's more worthy and more superior, more greater, and she should be getting the emails, messages. She should be getting the videos from Nazeer. And let's talk about the whole Nazeer thing too. Again, okay, poor little delusional teen. She's clearly intimidated by Dani. Copy and paste is not research. The jealousy is real. Exactly. And there's no reason to be jealous. I mean, she already got one question answered from Nazeer. I mean, some people never get any questions answered. At least he answered one of her questions a long time ago, right? But I guess that wasn't good enough. So ever since then, she has gone harder. I actually want to discuss that as well. Wait 1 second. Shout out to Orissa Bay for the 1999 super sticker. Yes, Auntie. Yes. I appreciate the love. You're always showing me love, girl. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. And everybody else, make sure you hit that like button. That's a free way to support the channel. And yeah, people definitely don't like people supporting the channel, especially Miss Chicken Legs, because her channel is demonetized, and I wonder why her channel is demonetized with a history of her behavior. Have y'all went to my website yet and seen that awful audio she made talking about a 3-year-old child, like sexualizing a 3-year-old child? It's very weird and creepy. So if you haven't, go to ican't.com and watch that video of her. It's very disgusting. I can't even put it on YouTube. That's how disgusting it is. Right. I don't know if this is a different one. Shout out to you again, Star, for the 1999 super sticker. Yeah, I think the last one was 999. Yes, yes, thank you. You showed me a lot of love, and you've already actually shown enough love just for you even standing up and actually, telling the truth that it's wrong to slander my name. And for what? What did I actually do to her? But now I see it's because Nazeer is communicating with me and answering my questions and not hers, right? Like, how can you say all those bad things about me for communicating with him, making me seem like all these things because he's communicating with me, and then today you say, I'm gonna actually play it again. She literally said for him to email her instead. Like, how else can she get something is for him to email it to her? Ciao. I haven't even asked him for that second video yet. I haven't even asked him for the second video. Now, to be honest, I didn't even ask him for the first one. I didn't ask him for the first one. I was talking about the boarding passes and something else, and then he sent me that as showing like his arrival, the video, and I was like, oh, he sent me the video. Child, I didn't think he was actually going to send me the video, but now she's trying to get him to send her the passport in the second video. Interesting. But anybody else that communicates with him is a slut and sleeping with him and covering for him and all this. But when she sends messages like this message right here, where's that message? Like, oh, I come in peace, and begging him to respond, it's all okay. Here's her message to him. She's calling him twice. She called him back to back twice, Nazeer. And then it says, can you talk? I come in peace. Like, she's like sucking up, like, I come in peace, and she's trying to talk. And then she says, he says, it's an open case and things like that. And then she goes on to say, was there anything you can answer? Like, she's desperate, right? He at least answered one of your questions, girl, right? So it's okay when you want him to email you and message you, but when I do it, you call me all sorts of names and defame my channel, and I don't know what else you're trying to do behind the scenes. People are alleging that you're the one who impersonated Daejhanae like you impersonated Nazeer. Now it has to be somebody impersonating her, or it has to be somebody Daejhanae herself or somebody affiliated with her based on the privacy guidelines and rules. It cannot be someone else. I just went over who it can all be. It has to be somebody doing it for Daejhanae on her behalf that's related to her, and not related to her. Like it showed you, it cannot just be a relative. It has to be someone, all the things I just mentioned, right? Okay, so I'm going to play the audio one more time to show how like she's begging Nazeer to pretty much email her instead of me the things she wants. Wait, hold on. And like even if Nazeer emailed her a passport or a video, she will just take it, and then if it does not fit her narrative or fit her agenda and fit how she wants it to fit, she will actually twist and spin it. And that's why people probably don't give you stuff, because you're not just going to put it out as is. You're going to spin it, or you're going to if it does not fit your agenda or fit your narrative how you want things to be, you're going to twist it and spin it into something else. So that's the issue. When you have a receipt, you just put it out and you say what it is, and what is actually showing. You don't twist or spin anything. And that's the issue. Okay, so if he sent you his passport and it says, let's say he sent you his passport and it's stamped for that day, right? you're going to say that he photoshopped it or he doctored it up or somebody is like conspiring with him to give a fake passport. You're going to make up something off of it. It's not going to satisfy you unless it's like something that fits your narrative. And that's why people wouldn't trust to send you anything. Like, why? You're just going to spin it. A spin doctor, right? So wait 1 second. Just like when he sent me the boarding pass, you said, "Oh, now you're calling the boarding pass fake." So like, and then you also say he's not creditable. So why should he send you anything when you already saying he's not credible? That doesn't make sense.
Sign that guest list.
Oh, we know now. we got confirmation you did not sign the guest list, and I believe Shaquilla didn't either, because the according to the witness in the concierge statement, he didn't even see her one down.
Oh, yeah, that. My name though. So I'm trying to find my signature. Oh, where's my
So you don't got to prove that point, sir. That right there, that's a given.
Look
Look at the passport. Look. Yep. Look how you looking.
Anyway, I don't know. Let's see.
Why you just didn't show the passport? Even though it wasn't your signature, why you just didn't show the passport? Because that passport had that stamp on it that was going to verify the day you arrived. Now you got a challenge, okay? So get the information out here however you can, okay? Even though you're not creditable. And, you might want to email it to me. You might want to email it to your girl, okay? Let me see if I put my email up there in the chat. You might want to send that email over here to me, okay? Let's see my email. Okay, I think you might want to send that to me so we can, you gotta send it over here. Because I wouldn't know no other way to get it. Okay, so there's my email. I know you're in them bushes, so put this one up here, the email down low. And this right there. Okay, email me. Show the passport, and when you send in the email about the passport, show us the video when you was by the pool.
Duke, can you drop my iPhone mobile phone link for the membership, please? Thank you. Okay, so yeah, so now this has been confirmed to me that the whole issue with this YouTuber and me is that this is sparked out of pure jealousy. Like I said in my first title, I knew it had to be that, because if someone comes out of nowhere and they're like hating on you or being some kind, like being this negative towards you and moving how she was moving, it's usually jealousy, because jealousy is usually when you haven't done anything to someone, you haven't done anything to them, and then they all of a sudden start this negative stuff. So yeah, it's clearly jealousy, and it's all over this whole Nazeer thing. And let me discuss this whole Nazeer thing, how she keeps on putting up legs and saying that's Nazeer. So let's go ahead and discuss that as well. She states that, I'm still going to say it's Nazeer until the Mexican officials or officials state otherwise. Meanwhile, Ben Crump, Sue Ann Robinson, they wrote a letter to the White House. Let me bring that up. Shout out to everyone who sending super stickers. Let's see. We have Arian Smith. Shout out to you for the super sticker. Yeah, something. Yeah. So thank you for the super sticker and support my channel. And I see AP Urbans and Star has sent another super sticker. I think they sent another one as well. Shout out to y'all for the super stickers as well. And yeah, I'm seeing, I think 3 from AP Urbans. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. So I'm going to actually bring up the letter to the White House. Not that one. Okay, so now get this. Sue Ann Robinson, the lawyer for Shanquella Robinson's family, Shanquella Robinson, right? And Ben Crump, co-lawyer, right? They have sent a letter to President Biden, the President of the United States. President Biden. And in this letter, it states After the video of the beating of Shanquella Robinson surfaced online, the Attorney General's office in Baja California, sir, initiated a criminal investigation. As a result of the investigation, wait, hold on. A warrant was issued for Daejhanae Jackson by Mexican law enforcement. One of the 6 travel mates who fled to the United States after Shanquella was pronounced dead. Miss Jackson was identified as the perpetrator of femicide against Shanquella Robinson, a homicide based on gender. It says in this letter to the President of the United States from Shanquella Robinson's lawyers, Ben Crump and Sue Ann Robinson, that Miss Jackson was identified as the perpetrator, not Nazeer. And this is not me covering for Nazeer. This is me stating facts and evidence that was sent to the President of the United States, not to Barney, not to Pee Wee Herman, not to some imaginary person, to the President of the United States. As a result of the investigation, a warrant was issued for Daejhanae Jackson by Mexican law enforcement. Mexican law enforcement. They know who is on the arrest warrant. They have a packet way over this 18 pages. I go by what was sent to the President of the United States and the letter, and it says it identified the perpetrator as Daejhanae Jackson and the name on the warrant by Mexican law enforcement. I don't go by you and your investigation comparing some legs, some infrared inverted legs. What kind of stuff is that? That's not going. You want to go by inverted picture of legs? Your chopstick, toothpick, chicken legs look more like the Jamar legs look more like the legs right here than Nazeer's legs. And that's not me covering for him. That's just telling the truth. You can't handle the truth. Now, you can do your commentary over there, girl, but you can keep me out of the little childish Inspector Gadget, go Gadget investigations. I'm not with that, okay? That's you. Do what you want to do on your channel, but don't try to slander and defame mine, because I choose not to go by inverted colored legs that you use on some kind of app or whatever to determine who is the perpetrator. And I don't believe that Nazeer went there and then went to the store, got a wig and a bonnet and put some titties on him and dressed up like a girl to beat Shanquella. Like, girl, you keep the pre-K Inspector Gadget stuff over there. I stick to facts over here, okay, child? You do what you like, girl. Just keep my name out of your mouth with this weird stuff, okay? Do what you're gonna do, but don't even. Okay, so like I said, you had no reason to bring up my channel and try to defame me just because you don't like how Nazeer is messaging me. And I wonder why. I mean, look what you're putting out. You're not even going by the facts, which is stated to the President of the United States. And let's even go to another video. And you can call it covering for Nazeer all you want to. I call it just putting out the facts and information. So I guess Sue Ann Robinson, the lawyer for Shanquella, is also lying because she said it's Daejhanae. And I guess Ben Crump, the lawyer for Daejhanae, the lawyer for Shanquella, is also a liar because he said it's Daejhanae. And I guess the Shanquella's family are lying because they sat there and listened to Sue Ann and Ben Crump state Daejhanae Jackson was on there, and they didn't say anything. So I guess everybody is lying besides you, who going by an inverted picture. Make it make sense, girl. It's not called covering, it's called giving facts. And if I'm lying, then that means you're calling everybody else a liar that agrees with me. And guess who all agrees with me? The Charlotte Observer, all the news people, all the lawyers, everybody. So I guess we're all liars and you're the only one telling the truth. Something tells me that's not the case here. So let's go ahead and look at another video because, Some people just don't like to see a letter. Maybe they actually want to see all the people lying and covering for Nazeer in person. So let's go ahead and take a look at that, shall we? Come on, let's go. Okay. Now it's kind of low. It's kind of low right there at the first part, but one of the reporters actually asked them like who is on the warrant, and then they actually say Daejhanae Jackson. But later on, Suwan will actually clarify that and then say it more clear. So we'll get into it. Hold on. So we need to on some things we can like because some things we don't know, so then we can like put our theories out there because we don't know. We don't know what we don't know. However, some things, once it's sent to the president and it's a letter and it's actually identifying who and it's several statements made on who it is, then that's something that's like nothing, that's undisputed at this point. It's like no need to argue over something that has been sent to the president and who has been identified on the arrest warrant. I mean, you can do it on your channel, but don't keep on trying to bring me into your mess. Like you stay over there, I stay over here. Simple. And this is because he's spelling it out because the question from the reporter was who was on the extradition warrant and the paperwork, right? And that's when Ben Crump has said Daejhanae, and then they said, how do you spell it? And then that's when they brought out the spelling of the name. So it's her. They didn't say Nazeer. They said Daejhanae Jackson. So if I'm lying and I'm covering for him, then what are they doing? Because they're giving the same information that I'm giving. So is everybody up here lying and when they're giving this information? All these people right here that know all about the case more than your chicken leg self knows, right? They know all about this more than your SpongeBob shaped body ass, right? Let me stop. I ain't trying to go to the far left, but they know more about it than you, Hunty. But like, come on, like, girl, I go by what these people say that they got all the paperwork. They know more stuff than we all know. So I'm going by what they sent to the president of the United States. I'm going by what the Mexican officials state that's on the arrest warrant. Okay, so if you're calling me a liar, you're also calling Sue Ann Robinson a lawyer. I mean a liar. You're also calling Ben Crump a liar. So let's go. You can just call us all a liar because we're all saying Daejhanae Jackson at this point. And pretty much majority have realized that it's not Nazeer, Wiggins, or anybody else attacking Shankola besides who has been listed and identified by a witness as well. And there you have it. So if I'm a liar because I said it's Daejhanae Jackson in the video brutally attacking Shankola or her man hand, big feet self, that means that you're also calling Sue Ann Robinson a liar when she has the full packet more than these 18 pages. Isn't like 49 pages or something? Like she has the full packet. She has all the information. She has talked to the Mexican officials. She has been to Mexico. So if I'm a liar for saying it's Daejhanae Jackson, and you're accusing me of covering for Nazeer because I said it's Daejhanae Jackson, then you're also calling Sue Ann a liar, right? because she's also saying that. She said it right here. Let's play it one more time. Run it back. You heard Sue Ann, right? So she's a liar. Being Crump is a liar. Everybody's a liar. And you're the one telling the truth, Miss Impersonator of Nazeer to American Airlines. Let's run it back. And then we're going to move on to the next thing. Nazeer's responses. And not to, Nazeer's responses to me, not to you. You fabricate, you lie, you make up stuff, you twist stuff. You wonder why people don't want to send you anything. You can't be trusted. So she pretty much named the attacker who brutally attacked Shanquella as Daejhanae Jackson. She said, and the others, she named the others on the guest list, okay? So, like I said, if I'm a liar, then so is everybody on here. And like I said, if you want to be on your channel, y'all, so how y'all didn't hear the video? Hold on a second, let me go back. But yeah, did y'all hear the first time I played it? Y'all didn't hear the video at all this whole time? Don't tell me y'all didn't hear the whole video. Let me go back. Wait, did y'all hear the first time at all? Wait 1 second. Child, I'm sitting here not playing the video. Hold on.
Jackson, D as in David. Oh, all right, I got it. You charge them based on the evidence you see on video. You ain't got to speculate. You ain't got to wonder. I mean, she beat her literally to death. Literally.
And he says right here, and he says, and she beat her literally to death. It didn't say, and he. Ben Crump is a lawyer. He has sense. He knows the difference between the pronouns. He says, and she beat her literally to death. But we all saw Daejhanae do it. I'm going to actually be logical here and not on some other inverted legs talk.
Y'all gonna make me go back a little bit to my mantra when it was 5 black police officers who killed Tyree Nichols. That you can see. It should be no different when it's anybody who commit a crime on video. You go arrest them. You charge them based on the evidence you see on video. You ain't got to speculate. You ain't got to wonder. I mean, she beat her literally to death. Literally. Literally. And so what more evidence do we have to give you, America? State Department, what more evidence do we have to give you? Justice for Shanquella Robinson now.
Right.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
Daejhanae Jackson.
And the reporter says, has a person been identified that we want extradited? They want extradited. And they say, yes, Daejhanae Jackson. They didn't say Nazeer Wiggins. They didn't say Winter Donovan. They didn't say Malik Dyer. They didn't say Elise Hyatt. Winter Donovan, none of those names. They said Daejhanae Jackson. Did they stutter? I didn't hear any stuttering. I saw a name being given and people chimed in and agreed. Everybody in agreement, besides Miss Chicken Legs, right? All right, let's continue on with this video.
We want to make sure all of the individuals who had anything to do with the murder of Shanquella Robinson be held accountable. And we'll keep you all updated. Press at bencrump.com. We will keep you updated. The name?
Daejhanae Jackson.
Oh, see. All right, I got it.
And now that the name has been released as Daejhanae Jackson, the media is happy that it has been released. And that's why they want clarification on how to spell her name correctly so then they can then publish it. And at that moment, after that day, they were then allowed to publish it in newspapers because it wasn't just hearsay or speculation anymore. Since it was coming from Sue Ann Robinson and Ben Crump, the lawyers, and they said it came from Mexico, Mexican officials, then now they can actually put out Daejhanae's name as the name listed on the warrant, and then they can say, hey, this, our source of the information is the lawyers for Shanquella Robinson, okay? So that's why now you can actually Google who is on the arrest warrant. And Sue Ann Robinson will step up to the plate in a minute or to the mic and say, hey, she will actually clarify that it's Daejhanae Jackson, and the reason it wasn't put out before because Mexico is different from the United States, so Mexico wasn't going to put it out, but now that she's back in the United States and she has this information, she is going to put it out, and that's why they said they want the United States to do one of two things. One, extradite Daejhanae Manhan Jackson back to the United States, or two, take concurrent jurisdiction and take over this case or do it concurrently and try her in the United States. They want them, but basically they want something to happen to her for brutally beaten. They didn't say he brutally beat. They said she, as in Daejhanae Jackson, brutally beat. Okay, let's make that clear. And don't people communicating with, she said, people communicating with Nazeer don't want justice for Shanquella. Meanwhile, she communicated with Nazeer, and today, I just played the video, she's begging Nazeer to communicate with her and email her things. It's like, that make it make sense. I want justice for Shanquella. I also want the right person to face extradition. And the extradition is for Daejhanae Jackson right now. And then later on, others might be extradited. But right now, they want the person who brutally beat Shanquella in the video, and that's Daejhanae Jackson. And then later on, others for omission and cover-up most likely will be charged as well. Whoever will omit it and whoever covered up. We will only go by facts, though, not what you want it to be. You want it to be, I don't know, and I have anybody ever seen her like say anything negative about Daejhanae? Because she goes so hard in the paint for Daejhanae. I have never ever on the internet seen somebody go so hard for Daejhanae. Like you are too protective over Daejhanae, and it's weird. We can all see her brutally attacking Shanquella. I don't have any care for Daejhanae at all. Like, come on. I don't know what's up with you in this whole Daejhanae thing, but it's weird. You overly protect Daejhanae. So let's go ahead. So right now they're asking for the spelling of Daejhanae so they can make sure they put it in the newspapers, the right spelling of her name for the arrest warrant. So let's continue.
I got it. Hello.
And can you share the names of the other 5? They're available online.
Yeah, and if you reach out to press at bencrump.com, we'll try to get it to
right,
you.
no, but if you Google, all 6 names are very clearly there.
Okay.
It's there. It's there.
Okay.
It's very clear. Their pictures and everything are there. Yeah.
Where's her name at? Okay.
She has the names here.
It's Daejhanae Jackson. D as in David, EJHANE Jackson. Common spelling. And you see her on video. What Tamika said and what Sue Ann Robinson said. You see the video. You have audio.
You see her on video. Listen to the pronouns. If you don't know pronouns, then go ahead and Google the word pronouns. See what pronouns are, sweetie. Okay. It's saying she. You can see her on video, and they're saying you can see the video, hear the audio, and everything else. Okay. And Daejhanae actually talks in the video too. She talks in the video. So and when she was talking, it didn't seem like that didn't sound like Nazeer to me. We heard Nazeer. He had like a 20-minute video or something. So that wasn't his voice in that video. That was Daejhanae. Come on now. We heard Daejhanae voice. If you actually go back to that old video of her, right? That was a female voice. That was Daejhanae. It wasn't no Nazeer. Okay, so shout out to Nina Supreme. Make sure y'all check out her channel, her music as well. That's Nina Supreme. Thank you, girl, for the super stickers. Thanks for supporting the channel. I think I saw somebody else too. I don't want to miss. If I missed anybody, let me know, mods, please. Everybody else, you can support the channel for free just by hitting the like button. Oh yeah, shout out to you again, Star. Thank you again for supporting my channel. Yes, unto yes. And like I said, you've already done enough. I appreciate you for using your platform, your voice to speak out on this. They were talking about Tyree Nichols' case, which I think Ben Crump is also representing the mother on. I saw him at least with the mother at least on a couple of occasions. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish up this clip, and then I'll go ahead and get into Nazeer, and that's pretty much going to wrap it up. And then I'll get into some questions that anybody has about anything I've discussed today.
I mean, you hear her say she won't fight back.
I just want to make clear that obviously the criminal justice systems are different between Mexico and the United States. So the person who's been identified by the Mexican authorities and has been identified in the video is Daejhanae Jackson. So it'll remain to be seen when she's brought to justice how that will occur. The other individuals, the travel mates of Shanquilla Robinson, are Winter Donovan, Nazeer Wiggins, Elise.
Okay, and she said who has been identified by who? Let's run that back. I think she said Mexican officials. And again, Sue Ann actually explains the difference between Mexico and the United States, and that's why now they can actually release the name of Daejhanae Jackson. In Mexico, they could not do that until the person actually is like found guilty or something happens. United States, you can release a name as soon as someone is arrested. Or charged, should I say.
Person who's been identified by the Mexican authorities and has been identified in the video is Daejhanae Jackson.
By Mexican authorities and has been identified by that concierge is Daejhanae Jackson. Okay. So anybody that calls me a liar for saying that Daejhanae Jackson is on the arrest warrant and on the extradition, and they also need to go ahead and call everybody in this video that's speaking and standing here that actually is co-signing this a liar too. And thank you very much. That's all I have to say about that. And I bet, so let's see what kind of conspiracies and defamation you spend from that, because I agree with what Sue Ann Robinson put out and what Ben Crump say, because they actually have the paperwork, right?
She could say, and what Sue Ann Robinson said, you see the video, you have audio. I mean, you hear her say she won't fight back.
I just want to make clear that obviously the criminal justice systems are different between Mexico and the United States.
So Brad Dale actually said she want to make clear that it's different from Mexico and United States, as I stated.
So the person who's been identified by the Mexican authorities and has been identified in the video is Daejhanae Jackson. So it'll remain to be seen when she's brought to justice how that will occur. The other individuals, the travel mates of Shanquilla Robinson, are Winter Donovan, Nazeer Wiggins, Elise Hyatt, Malik Dyer, and Khalil Cook. Those are the people who traveled with her to Mexico.
Justice for Shanquilla Robinson.
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 And yes, justice for Shanquilla Robinson. And look, that's what we all should be here for. There's no need to slander and defame another channel out of jealousy. You do your thing on your channel, I do my thing on my channel, and that's just that simple. If you want Nazeer to message you, then I suggest you get a little more cooped, a little more class, and a little more decorum, and a little bit more classy classier, because the way you do go about things and handle things will turn anybody off. Okay, nobody wants someone that cannot understand simple comprehension. Simple comprehension is when it says the Lord, they wrote this letter to President Biden pretty much stating who is on the extradition paperwork, who is the arrest warrant is for. Comprehension is when they actually state in a press conference by the White House. They actually state in a press conference by the White House who is on the extradition and warrant. So if I'm a liar, like I said, you also have to call all the people out here that know is Daejhanae Jackson a liar too. And I can be called a liar, but just understand that sometimes I will come to your channel. I will debunk some of your stuff if you're over here messing with my stuff. As simple as that. All right, so let me read some comments. Let me go ahead and read a few more comments, and I'm actually going to get into the new responses from Nazeer. Well, it's not really new. It was just one question. I think it was Mel. I heard Mel ask a question. It's pretty much about Shanquella and how she's unresponsive and how the doctor said she was making sounds, right? I might have to actually pull that video back up. Press 1 if you actually did not hear the video of Sue-Ann mentioning the doctor, because that was in the part 1. I hope y'all saw it, but if you haven't, then press 1, where Sue-Ann Robinson said that the doctor stated in her statement that Shanquella was making sounds when she arrived. So press 1 if you heard that video. Well, I actually, and then press 2 if you have not heard it. So press 2 if you have not heard it, press 1 if you heard it. If not, I will actually have to give a refresher before I go into the second part with Nazeer. So press 1 if you heard that statement, and then 2 if you did not hear the statement about what the doctor's statement about the sounds. Shout out to Anita too. So shout out to Anita too for the super sticker. Yes, and to yes. Thank you for supporting the channel. I appreciate it. So yeah, so we at least have one person that did not hear the statement, and we have Denise also didn't hear the statement. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and do a quick refresher on that. I think she said, yeah, so that was actually in the Queen Sheba. That was in the Queen Sheba video. Well, I think that's her name, Queen Sheba Darling. Queen Sheba Darling. Someone says no one needs to be classy for Nazeer. Wiggins can't be serious. Yes, you have to be classy. And the way I'm talking about classy means you got to know how to handle things online and not be how she's behaving. How can you expect someone during an open case, open investigation, to actually trust you when you're actually on your platform behaving the way you're behaving? Like, come on. Like, she doesn't, like, how she handles things and how she acts is, let me actually post a link to her actual there's a time and a place. Everybody has a time and a place where you can act one way and then another way. It's called the switch up. But on her channel, she does not does not know how to behave in certain ways on certain things. Like, for instance, once she found out that she was wrong on something, she was actually laughing at something was actually nothing to laugh at. It was like an inappropriate time, and it was awkward and kind of weird. So anyways, just, yeah, it's just not how she behaves. How she behaves. Like, nobody's going to actually reach out to her after she slanders them and defames them and twists things. That's not, and how she chuckles after certain things is not very classy. No, who's going to reach out to her doing that? Not really. There's a time and a place, and she surely doesn't know the time or the place. And you can also make an exit, because didn't I see you before on something else? So I'm going to have to go ahead and escort you out. Bye. I think I've seen your name in her chat. So are you over here windmilling for her? You can make an exit. Okay. So, and I'm not saying that someone can't be in her chat. I'm saying that if you're over one channel talking crap about me, don't come on my channel to have a voice. So let me go ahead and pick up find that video. Hold on. But yeah, you can't, if you talk negatively about somebody and you spin things. I've actually said things about Nazeer myself. But the way I discussed him wasn't in the way she discussed him. I mean, like, as new evidence come out, like as new evidence came out, I had to reassess everything and like, oh, let me revisit. I asked her to revisit the videos. Like, wait, this isn't making sense. This isn't making sense. So once new evidence comes out, you have to be. Once new evidence comes out, you have to be mature enough to say, I was wrong on this. I was wrong on that. This is new evidence. Some people are not mature enough to grow from what they learned before. They never wanted to say, like, for instance, there was a whole thing about Nazeer signing the guest list, right? Everybody kept saying he signed it, he's lying because he doesn't want to show the password. He's lying about signing it. He's lying. And then now evidence came out to show that he's actually telling the truth. He didn't sign it, right? Some people will still say that he signed it. They still will say that he signed it, even though there's new evidence. And because they don't want to admit that they were wrong. So then they'll just stay with the untruth. Me, I said, okay, if new evidence comes out, it just comes out. That I was wrong, then I was wrong. I don't have a problem acknowledging or admitting I was wrong. Because in the end, when it goes to trial, all the truth will come out anyway. So then I would rather correct myself now than for it to go to trial. And then I realized I was just standing 10 toes down in something that was untrue because I didn't want to lose any credibility. And to be honest, that's not how you lose credibility. You lose credibility because you don't acknowledge when you're wrong. If you mess up on something and you admit that you messed up and you retract the statement, just like any journalist would do, or reporter or blogger, and then people will trust you because they will say, hey, even though that person was wrong, they admitted that they were wrong and they corrected it. So now you don't lose your credibility because people know that when you mess up, you're going to own up to it. You lose credibility when you don't do that, right? So she doesn't have like the maturity level to actually acknowledge when she's wrong. So she'll, instead of acknowledging it, she'll double down and go harder for what harder for it instead. And then that leads to her starting to say weird things because now she has to keep on covering as new evidence comes out instead of actually going along with the new evidence as things come out, should I say. Okay, so basically, I'm trying to find the Queen Sheba's video, and I actually have to go. I'm actually going to post a link to the video as well, so you can watch the full video. I'm only going to her video now to get the statement from about the doctor, because that ties into what I'm talking about today. Everybody responsible for any part of this will face their punishment. However, Sue Ann Robinson and Ben Crump, and they wrote a letter and they already acknowledged who the person is, brutally attacking Shanquella, we cannot make it be somebody else. No matter how much you hate anybody, Winter Donovan, Malik, Dyer, Elise Hyatt, no matter how much you hate everybody involved, Nazeer, Wiggins, everybody involved, you still cannot make someone else be the attacker. You still cannot make somebody else be on the extradition paper. You still cannot make somebody else be the one brutally attacking Shanquella. You cannot make it be somebody else, no matter how much you hate people, okay? How much you hate the others, okay? You have to say, well, we know that Daejhanae brutally attacked Shanquella because that's what's in the evidence and that was submitted to President Biden. And that's what's on the arrest warrant. Now, everybody else, we will have to wait and see what their charges will be. But as of now, we don't know what everybody's charges will be for as far as omission and cover up. But what we do know is who the main direct aggressor. Okay. And that's just stating facts. It's not siding with anything or covering for anybody or taking sides. It's actually saying the truth about who is the one that's actually wanted now to be extradited is Daejhanae Jackson. Okay, so I'm going to post a link to this video just in case somebody wants to watch the full thing. This is Queen Sheba Darling, and this is a full video. This is a link. Hey Tiff West. Hey girl, hey. Okay, so this is a full video right here. To Queen Sheba Darling. So let's go ahead and watch the clip of her discussing the
I want to gear it up a little bit if you're okay with it, but I want to keep it here. I have one final question about the doctor.
Okay.
Were you able to see the doctor's notes? And if so, what did the doctor's notes entail? And did it contain the same information that was released to the general public?
Which doctor? The autopsy or the doctor who was attending?
Oh, well, both, I guess. Whichever one you want to cover. Probably the most controversial one, which would be the female, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Her kind of report is that when she arrived, Shanquilla was not verbally responsive, that she was making noises, but she absolutely had a pulse. And that she was being directed to give her an IV because she had overindulged. That was what she was being advised.
Okay, so pretty much that's the response about the sounds. And pretty much what happened was there was there's someone that gets on Shank Rock's panel. Her name is Mel, and she said that maybe there was like the sounds were actually a death rattle instead of actually words, right? And I didn't know what a death rattle is. I haven't been around anyone that passed away and then there was like a death rattle or some kind of noise. And to be honest, I've never been around anyone that actually passed away, to be honest. So let's see. Hold on. Okay, so go back to it 1 second.
Verbally responsive, that she was making noises, but she absolutely had a pulse.
Okay, so let's go ahead into Nazeer's message. Why is that showing that? Hold on 1 second. So Nazeer, I had to actually clarify, since I listened to Mel, I had to actually go and clarify with Nazeer on the sounds that she was making. So, okay, so let's see. I don't know who all knows what a death rattle is. And so this is, let me go to the message. Hold on, let me go to it. So this is actually something right here, y'all, that's something that I might have been off on myself. based on the clarification. That's why it's important to clarify things. Wait 1 second. Where is it? So that's what made me like, let me reach out to him and see, clarify this whole statement, because Mel did say that maybe that there is something else that it could be besides her trying to talk. Okay, so this is the message. Wait. Okay, right here it says, this is me actually sending him a link to a video, and it says the death rattle sound. So this is what they were talking about in my chat, because I do listen to feedback and I do see what people are saying or their questions and things that they might say against me. Because people say, oh, well, she doesn't like people saying things against her. No, if someone says something, I actually might like, maybe I need to clarify it. So when I said that Shanquella was trying to get words out and maybe she was trying to communicate, and I still think that in some way. However, I still wanted to clarify exactly what was going on. So let me show y'all what I put. I said the death rattle sound is the video I put, because that's what Mel put in my chat, and someone else mentioned it too. It was not just Mel, it was somebody else. I can't remember you, but if I'm sorry if I can't remember your name, because so many people will be chatting. Okay, and it says, I said, when you said that Shanquella's eyes were open and she was trying to get words out, do you mean that she was trying to talk and form words? Or do you mean that she was making sounds from her throat like a death rattle, like in this video? And that's the link to the video. And it says, the doctor also said that she was making sounds. And that's the video I just played. Remember, is Sue Ann said that the doctor said that she was verbally responsive. Well, she was not. Wait, let me go back. Let me make sure. I think not verbally responsive. Hold on. Her kind of report is that when she arrived, Shanquella was not verbally responsive, that she was making noises, but she absolutely had a pulse. So not verbally responsive, but she was making noises. Okay. So that's when Nazeer said she was making he said she was making little moans and grunts, no formulation at all. I need to take down my banner. Wait 1 second. It says she was making little moans and grunts, no word formulation at all. When I first arrived, she was unresponsive. So again, of course, going with the same thing with the doctor, like unresponsive. And he said like moans and grunts. So he described as moans and grunts. And it says no word formulation at all. So to be honest, I don't know. So let me actually play the video where people say something about a death rattle. And he also did say her eyes, like when her eyes were open at some point too, right? So her eyes were not closed. To say her eyes were open at some point. So wait 1 second. And remember, without luxation, you can't speak. So it makes sense that you can't speak. But I would actually think that you wouldn't actually be able to make any like moans or grunts either, right? Since I don't know. So I don't know. Without luxation, I know you wouldn't be able to speak. But I don't know if you'll be able to moan or grunt, because that's still a sound, right? Make sounds. I don't know. So the death rattle thing kind of actually makes a little sense. But let me show y'all the death rattle video. So let me show y'all the video I sent him so you can see. Now, I don't know if he actually watched the video before he responded or not. They clicked on the video, but he said little moans and grunts. And the doctor says she was making noises too. So they're both saying that she was making noises, and he describes it as moans and little moans and grunts. So let me show y'all this. And also, what other questions do y'all have? Because he's not going to answer all questions, but put questions that you have, and I'll see what question I might ask next. Okay, so put questions in the chat that you will have for Nazeer to answer. Some things he's obviously not going to answer because it's an open case. So anyway, so yeah, put questions in the chat, and then I will look over it and see. Okay, so let's see here. Let's see what this death rattle whole thing is about.
The death rattle is a sign that the person is approaching the end of his life. A person usually lives for 23 hours after the death rattle begins. With each breath, a person may make a moaning, snoring, or rattling sound that sounds like this. This occurs because as consciousness decreases, patients lose their ability to swallow and clear oral secretions. Air moves over these pooled secretions, resulting in noisy breathing. Some people say that the death rattle is the lungs' attempt to breathe through a layer of saliva. It is important to know that this is not distressing for the patient because they are non-responsive and deeply asleep at this point. However, it sounds terrible. It sometimes even seems as if the patient is drowning or choking. This is why we often give drugs to dry up the airways and soften the death rattle. But remember that when we do it, it is not for the dying person. It is for the family. Repositioning the patient so that they are turned to their side with their head slightly elevated may also help. This makes the secretions less likely to stay in the back of the throat. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it and
Oh no, that don't sound like it to me. I don't know, y'all. But yeah, so I don't know if it would be actually a death rattle. I guess I would actually need to see more videos on death rattle to see if that actually would be it. But yeah, so pretty much, so the doctor, she said she was making noises. The doctor says, that's what Sue Ann said the doctor said in her statement. Let me go back to it. Hold on.
Her kind of report is that when she arrived, Shanquilla was not verbally responsive, that she was making noises, but she absolutely had a pulse. And that she was being directed to give her an IV because she had overindulged. That was what she was being advised. Oh, you know, she drank a lot last night. She just needs an IV. Obviously.
So yeah, pretty much Nazeer and the doctor is both saying that Shanquilla was making noises. Nazeer describes it as moans and grunts, and the doctor, well, Suanne is just giving her statement of what the doctor said. I would actually like to see the doctor's statement, and that's the reason I say that is because she might just be giving like a summary of it, like she was making noises and not giving like the exact noises she was making. The doctor might actually have been more descriptive, like she might have actually said like the type of noises, like being described it better, you know. Or she might have just said making noises. We don't know, right? But making noises is I asked Nazeer this as well, because obviously for clarification, because the death rattle thing, I never knew about it, right? So I wanted to learn about it. So hey, you learn something new every day. And somebody threw that out there. So that's why it's good to listen for feedback. So someone's like, "Hey, have you heard of the death rattle?" So yeah, I didn't know it was such thing as a death rattle. I probably want to see more videos on death rattle. But I don't know if he actually watched the video. I sent him that same video, but he just said moans and grunts, right? So I would assume she's making noises, and usually I guess when someone is in pain, or I would actually say they actually moan and grunt too, like you're in pain or uncomfortable. But also if someone's paralyzed, yeah. Because I know someone else before they had atlas luxation, they had internal decapitation. They said their neck was in a lot of pain at that point. They said they felt a lot of pain in their neck. There is a video of a British comedian that suffered a heart attack on stage. He collapsed, and the audience thought it was a part of the act. Ooh, it's online. He started to snore loudly. He died that night. Oh, wow. I actually want to see that. And the thing is, you said it happened like immediately. Like it happened immediately, because this video was talking about like a long time. So if that happened immediately, I want to actually see it. Like, what would be the time frame for that to start? If the death rattle is what he and the doctor were hearing, it does to validate that she was alive when they arrived. So pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to look more into this whole death rattle thing and get more clarification on that. And how long does it start before someone actually goes like they're completely gone? And wouldn't the doctor by now, even though she had like a 1.5 years experience at that point, would she actually know the death rattle sound by then? The brain will try to operate the body until it stops. So yeah, I'm gonna actually look more into. Yeah, I don't know. I'm actually going to look more into the whole death rattle thing. And someone had a question. They said did Shanquella have clothes on when Nazeer arrived? Now I can ask that question. I think it was Genuine Woman. I can ask that question. I think that it will already be. I don't think that they would have her in the game room without having her clothes on. I would ask that question anyway, but to go along with that question, I think my question would be, she was found in the bathroom, right? But did they actually say she was found in the bathroom naked, or did they find her in the bathroom with clothes? I would actually want to know, in the bathroom, did they say that? I know that he wasn't there when the maid came and found her, right? But maybe they did say that he didn't add that to his video. Like, was she in the bathroom naked, or was she clothed? Something tells me that she was naked in the bathroom when the maid found her as like a part of the setup, and then they put clothes on her at that point, and then put her in the game room. That's what I think. A doctor or nurse should be able to distinguish the sound of a death rattle from noises such as moans or grunts. Yeah. So anyways, the other screenshot pretty much is what we went over before, but it was a separate video, and some people probably did not see it. Hold on. Not everybody believes what Nazeer says. However, I did ask him about how many people were at the villa, because some people had questions about how many people were at the villa. So wait 1 second. Was it this one? Not that one. I think it's this one right here. Wait. I didn't realize I was so tired. Okay, it says, can you clear up the whole thing about there being more people on the trip than the 7 on the guest register? I don't know why people keep saying that, because the concierge stated that all guests had to be signed in. Oh, I think some are confused because of the concierge statement, pages 8 and 9. So that's when the concierge statement states like different people that are at the villa, right? Okay, so his response was that there are just the people on the guest list, the 7 people. You don't know why he keeps saying 8. Okay, I'm going to show that, and then I'm going to have to get off here. I am tired. And most likely I'll probably have to come in earlier than this time, because by the time of day, I have itis. Okay, so Anita, welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining my channel. Wait, did you join my other channel or this channel before? I thought you were already a member. All right, thanks for rejoining or just starting. Welcome to the Avengers. Thanks for supporting the channel. And everybody else, make sure you hit that like button. I hope everybody has hit the like button. So let me go find his response to this message, because this was already posted before. And remember, going along with his statement, Sue Ann Robinson also names the travel maids. Remember in the press conference I just played? So I'm going to post a statement. I'm going to press the, then I'm going to post the statement from Sue Ann Robinson, who also states that the same thing is just the people that she mentioned. Hold on. Wait 1 second. I think most people have already seen this one already. What is this one? No. Okay, so pretty much I'll have to upload that again. But he pretty much said that it was 7 people. At this point, I'm starting to have too many screenshots, y'all. Demetrius Ford, yeah, that's true. Either way, she was dying. Doesn't she was dying. Thank you so much. So let me if you have not seen, maybe I don't need to find it. Maybe you already seen it. So have you seen it? Press 1 if you've already seen it, and press 2 if you have not seen the screenshot I'm referring to. If everybody has already seen it, then I don't have to go find it on my computer. So let's go ahead and press 2 if you haven't seen it. So then I have to find it, child. But I think most people already seen it already. I probably deleted it already from this one. Hold on. It's pretty much the same one. It's the one before when he just said it's 7 people. Maybe it's right here. Okay, look at the chat. Hi, you think I'm gonna find it anyway? Okay, so look at people. I'm sure that everybody already saw it. Okay, I'm gonna find it and then, yeah, I'm gonna find it and then get offline. That way I can get some rest. Hold on. I already posted it before. I just wanted to put this out because it's part of this video. Where is it? Okay, here it is. Ooh, child. Okay, so that's me asking the question. I already posted the first one. He put there was only 7 people. I don't know how people keep saying it was 8, even after the owner of the villa stated she signed my name. And he's talking about the concierge. That's the only I could get he said that's the only way I could get up to the villa upon my arrival on Saturday if my name was there from the start of the trip when they arrived. So everybody's name will have had to have been on that sign-in sheet. No if, and, or buts about it. And then just for clarification, I just said, I think autocorrect keeps changing the word villa to bills or bulls. And then he said, yes, yes, villa, sorry. So that's clarification. Obviously, like if someone has it's like a typo, then I want to make sure I'm not correcting them myself. I'm actually clarifying. Okay, so that's that. So yeah, according to Nazeer and also, of course, Sue Ann Robinson, that the people on the guest list are the only ones on the trip. And of course, people are still going to debate on that as well. And that's everyone's right. I'm just putting this out as one of the questions. One of the questions people wanted to answer from Nazeer is what he had to say about it, right? So this is his response to that. And I will also look at in the comments or in the chat as well later to see any other questions y'all might have, and I might actually pose a question as well. So anyways, y'all have a great night, and thanks to everybody for supporting my channel, and make sure you hit the like button, and I'll see y'all soon. So wait, let me see. Let me actually post the video from Sue Ann stating the number of people, the travel mates' names as well, and then that will be it. So pay attention to when Sue Ann Robinson names Daejhanae as a name on the extradition paperwork, and then she names the rest of the people as just the travel mates. So wait a second. And I think someone sends a Cash App too, so I want to make sure I check that as well. Wait a second. I'm sorry, y'all, but today I really don't have as much energy as I normally do, but I'm pushing through. Wait. So I'm not going to be on here as long as I normally am. Okay, so, well, actually, it's been 2 hours. Okay, so basically, Sue Ann pretty much states the people on the trip as the travel mates.
H-A-N-E Jackson, common spelling. And you see her on video. What Tamika said and what Sue Ann Robinson said, you see the video. You have audio. I mean, you hear her saying she won't fight back.
I just want to make clear that obviously the criminal justice systems are different between Mexico and the United States. So the person who's been identified by the Mexican authorities and has been identified in the video is Daejhanae Jackson. So it'll remain to be seen when she's brought to justice how that will occur. The other individuals, the travel mates of Shanquilla Robinson, are Winter Donovan, Nazeer Wiggins, Elise Hyatt, Malik Dyer, and Khalil Cook. Those are the people who traveled with her to Mexico.
Justice for Shanquilla Robinson.
So Sue Ann is pretty much saying the same thing as Nazeer, that the people on the guest list are the 7 people named by Sue Ann. She named 7, and yes, she named 7. One was Daejhanae, listed as a arrest warrant for extradition, and then she named the 6 travel mates and then of course Shanquilla. And then Nazeer named the same people, right? So he's basically saying the same thing as Sue Ann Robinson. So it's in agreement with that. Let me read a few comments. That makes their case by saying she had a pulse, to be honest, and passed from other than the attack. So yes, now that we've actually covered a lot of things, what we're waiting for now is for Ben Crump and Sue Ann to meet with the President Biden. That's supposed to happen this week. Hopefully that happens. And I'm going to be sending a petition, like the 39,000 signatures, almost 40K signatures out as well to different people. And Shanquell's father is also going to be sending it out to different people, the 39,000 signatures. And yeah, so we will see if there's any other updates coming. I will try to ask more questions. There's no guarantee that he will actually answer the questions, but I will see. And lastly, we will have an open chat and panel so we can have discussions over what we've all been putting out lately, right? Such as what this question is right here, that makes their case by saying she had a pulse, to be honest, and passed from other than the attack. That's the thing that I think is actually kind of holding things up too, is because since Nazeer and the doctor are both saying that she had a pulse and she was making sounds when they arrived, right? Then that actually still has her alive and not dying immediately from the outlet luxation. So then now they have to make 100% sure that that's what they have to gather all evidence and make sure they have everything figured out as far as what caused her outlet luxation, because there's so many things in between there. And that's why we also have the maid, I want to call it, like the house cleaner, the maid, what her statement says, because she's a missing piece of the puzzle because she comes before Nazeer. So outside of the Cabo, there's the maid. So what was the maid statement? I wish that was put out, because the maid statement will actually be a key piece to all of this, what the maid had to say, right? And that's the one person that I actually didn't find or anything like that, right? So I'll get a hold of. So yeah, the maid statement. Because her statement is, very key. But yeah, so if she had a pulse, obviously, she had a pulse and she wasn't deceased by the time Nazeer and the doctor arrived. And I do believe that she was unresponsive. I have always believed she was unresponsive, right? Yeah, so that's going to make, they have to actually prove that. Outlet luxation was caused by Daejhanae Jackson by just that video. Hopefully they have more video. I'm sure they probably have more video than just that. I'm sure there was more recording than just that video. But yeah, that definitely is true. We have to take that into consideration. Eye of the storm. Okay, yeah, so make sure y'all continue to sign a petition. Yes, they clothed her afterwards. And yeah, I think that she was naked at first, and then they to set it up to where she drank too much and fell in the bathroom. Because remember also, that's what Nazeer stated too, is that and also Dani De La Rosa Naya, that it's not only that she drank too much, they also lied and said that she fell in the bathroom. So it's two things the Cabo lied about. One, that she drank too much and was alcohol poisoning. And two, they said that she fell too, like she drank too much and she fell. And the reason they said that she fell is because she had bruises, so they wanted to make it seem like she drank and fell too much, and that's how she got bruised up. So they told Nazeer that she had too much to drink and fell. And they also told the doctor that too. And then, of course, I'm sure the doctor told the police. So that's what they told. And then Dani De La Rosa mentioned it in a news article. If you have not seen that, I don't have time to dig that up today, but it's in a previous video. We went over that. So we have to remember that they said she had alcohol poisoning, and they also said that she fell. So we have to keep that in mind. And that came from Dani De La Rosa Naya. He's the first one to actually mention that to a reporter. Okay, I'm gonna check my cash out. I'm glad I didn't get off until I checked that. Hold on. Yeah, I'm sure there are more videos, definitely more videos. Myrna, the thing is right now is that everybody has spoken to the authorities because the authorities, FBI has spoken to everybody. And remember that one time when it's not just the FBI, even local police investigators can question. Remember that one investigator, Joe Bruno, saw that investigator Fry business card on Daejhanae Jackson's door? Remember that? Remember that? All of them have been questioned as far as part of an investigation. So everybody has given their statement. Nazeer has given his statement. Remember, I talked to that concierge. He said that the maid, the concierge, and the chef had all been questioned. So everybody has given their statement. And remember, Sue Ann Robinson has, I'm sure Sue Ann Robinson has everybody's statement, but she hasn't released it. She hasn't released everybody, just the concierge statement. She hasn't released it. And as far as the doctor, in an interview, she gave she said like bits and pieces of what the doctor said. But this was on Daejhanae Jackson's door, found by Joe Bruno, investigator Fry. We discussed this before. A lot of them have already been questioned and given statements. But however, even though people are giving statements, that don't mean that a lot of people are still going to talk because it's still an open case or an open investigation. But yeah, everybody, Nazeer, everybody, the maid, chef, concierge. To be honest, one of my favorite videos is the one I spoke to the concierge. He's a concierge at CaboVillas.com, and I spoke to him for like 3 hours, and he answered a lot of questions about Cabo Villa, CaboVillas.com, and how they operate and run things. So that was actually a long live. I think we all enjoyed ourselves that day. There was a lot of people online for a long time. Yep. But yeah, the next slide we have, it will be open chat and open panel. That way we can just discuss everything that y'all want to discuss. And then and it also will post like any new answers. If not, I don't know if he will respond or not. Okay, shout out to No More Drama. I mean, I don't know if he would answer questions, certain questions. He doesn't answer every question. Okay, No More Drama. Shout out to you for the Cash App. I appreciate it, girl. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. And everybody else, just go ahead and support the channel for free just by hitting the like button. Good night, y'all. And I will see y'all in the next live for the open panel. Marie says, can you ask him, did the maid say something to him? I don't think he was there when the maid, I think that the maid was already gone by the time he got there. Now, the question would be, the first question based on what you're saying for me will be to say, was the maid still there when you got there? And then the follow-up question will be, did she say anything to you? But to me, I don't think the maid was there when he got there. So that would be the first question. But yeah, good question. Let me read 2 more comments and I'll have to go, y'all, because I'm tired. Yeah, that's true, Demetrius Ford. That is true. So basically, we went over this before. I said I'm going to go over this again, probably open panel. But if someone, let's say someone is stabbed and they live for 12 hours after they were stabbed, whoever stabbed them will still be charged with the crime no matter how long they lived afterwards. I mean, however, the thing is that once they are stabbed, well, that's not a good example. That's not a good example for this case. Let's just stick to the case itself, okay? That way I give a better example. Daejhanae is seen brutally attacking Shanquella, throwing her by her neck, savagely beating her, just being really brutally, savagely attacking Shanquella. We all see her throwing her by her neck and doing all kinds of moves on her that could actually cause her to have outward luxation and also to sever her spine, right? And have severe spine, right? So, however, in the actual video, that like 20 seconds or so, because there's like there has been some editing done. What I mean is there's like some videos that show the full video where you can still like okay and it's like talking in the beginning, and then there's some that just don't show that part. Okay, so the video, either way, the video does not show Shanquella actually dying. Like they don't actually show her like deceased in the video, right? And then, so it doesn't show her deceased. And then you have someone come to you, or a group of people come to you and say that she drank too much and she fell in the bathroom, right? So now you have to weed this out. You have to say, did she have atlas luxation from Daejhanae brutally beating her, or did she fall in the bathroom and then hit herself or damage herself until where she had an injury that caused atlas luxation, like from the fall? And obviously that's where the autopsy comes in, because the autopsy says that it's violence and that she died from atlas luxation. And obviously it's violence because when you have a fall, only a certain part of your body or a certain region will have injuries. You won't have injuries in different parts of your body. That's obviously points to violence. Like someone, when you fall, you hit your head, only your head region will probably be kind of bruised or whatever. But when you have your like close to your pelvic area bruised, and you have all these other injuries all over your face and different parts of your body, it leads to violence. It's not going to be like in a certain region. So either way it goes, the FBI still has to not just say this, they actually have to prove it. And that's the problem. It's one thing to know this information, and it's another thing to prove it. So through science, they have to prove it through science, through evidence, and through everything else, that the only way to for Shanquella to have passed away was because of the brutal attack in that 20-second video we saw. If there's even more, we don't know if there's more. You have to 100% prove that that's what caused her death and nothing else caused it. We all can say it, but proving it is one way, a different way. And how do you prove it? Through evidence. Using the autopsy is the number one piece of evidence. And then there is video, and then there's other things that we don't know yet. And then, of course, witness statements could be another one. We don't know what all the couples said in their interviews. Right? We don't. But I can say this, that I doubt Daejhanae confessed anything, because if she confessed, then it will already be pretty much over, because confession is like the quickest way to arrest someone. So most likely they probably still stuck with their same story about alcohol poisoning and that she fell. I mean, why change? Why change the story when you got away with it in Mexico? When they said it in Mexico, they got to go home. So why would they come back to the United States and then start saying something completely different? I don't think so. So I still think they gave their statements, but they still stuck with the same story they gave Mexico, and the doctor and Nazeer and the parents and everybody else. So I don't know. Now I do know that it will actually happen, that Daejhanae is extradited or tried in the United States. However, I do think it will take a long time for the FBI to actually gather enough evidence to 100% prove what happened. And it takes a long time for them to do that. It takes a long time. And remember, Bruce Redman case took 7 months for arrest, and then took a year and a half for extradition. And the arrest only happened because they proved that he was a flight risk. If they were not able to prove that he was a flight risk, it would take a year and a half for him to be extradited. So you can expect this to take a long time. We could be sitting here, to be honest, a year. Now, things might have improved in 2011 when, or 2010, when Bruce Redman killed his wife in Mexico. Maybe things have improved. But I still say we can probably be waiting like a year, to be honest. And right now we're like 5 months in. I don't want it to be that long, but based on how slow the FBI and DOJ is, I wouldn't be surprised if we are here for a year on this. Yep. And I know nobody wants to hear it, but this is the government we're talking about. But however, usually when the FBI and DOJ takes a long time, they actually dot all their I's and cross all their T's. And then once they have the person, they have all the evidence, that person is not going to get away or get off, because everything will be and like all their ducks would be in a row. She didn't confess she's going to run her mouth. Now, I don't know. Like, what do y'all think about this whole thing? But yeah, it doesn't matter how long it takes. Going back to that, it doesn't really matter how long it takes for someone to pass away. Whoever caused the injury that they passed away from is going to be responsible. So obviously, if Atlas luxation, they have to determine who is responsible for that. And they already said it's Daejhanae Jackson. Now, it's one thing to say it, and it's another thing to prove it. They have to get all the evidence to actually prove it first. Yeah. The autopsy is the number one proof. But of course, the number one proof is also going to be people are going to go through that with the tooth and nail and try to discredit that, like a defense attorney will. So they still have to make sure they have more than just that autopsy. Can you also ask Dani, did the doctor say something prior to giving her CPR, or what's going on with her body? One thing I know is that a lot of times, I don't know, some people don't answer questions if it involves somebody else. Sometimes they'll only answer questions if it involves themselves or the victim, and they won't really go into if it involves other people. Yeah. Let's see here. Let me read one more comment. Let me find somebody else I haven't responded to yet. Mariah says, I sent a letter to Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor last week. We'll send a follow-up letter. Is that someone for North Carolina, or who is it for? Like, what jurisdiction? I'll have to check into that. Tommy says, I think the issue is she'll have to delete all of her videos because all of them have been debunked. She's been completely wrong about this whole case. Yeah, that's her channel, but to be honest, she keeps on saying like she's moving on, but it's kind of like one of those people that they say they're moving on, but they keep on throwing shots or keep on throwing shade and keep on being weird. It's like, if you're gonna move on, chick, move on. To stop with the throwing shots, because you keep on throwing shots, I'm gonna throw shots right back. I'm just saying. Now, I will ignore some things, but I mean, to be honest, I most likely would just move on myself because I don't have time for childish games and someone. I'm not gonna spend all of my time trying to debunk somebody else's stuff. Like that's her channel. She can do what she want to do on it. But just don't bring my channel into the mess. Like you stay over there in your space, I stay in my space. It's just that simple. Let's see. She's not going to retract it, Dani. She knows she's spreading false information. To retract means to admit. Yeah, some people don't like to admit that they're wrong. I mean, to me, it's kind of like this. I'm saying that Shanquella was trying to get words out. I took it as her, like, I still didn't see her as her talking, like being like saying actual words. But when someone mentioned a death rattle, instead of saying, like, I'm not going to stand 10 toes down in what I think, because I'm not 100%, I wasn't there. So how can I stand 10 toes down in something, right? So if someone comes and says death rattle and I never heard of it, instead of just like put my defenses up, like, how dare you? How dare you go against me? How dare you put your opinion in my chat? How dare you say something that that's against me? Instead, I'm like, what's a death rattle? I never heard of it. I mean, I don't have experience with someone dying in front of me, right? So instead of just like taking offense to it, I took it as like, hey, this is something I can learn from. Now I know more about a death rattle than I did before. I never heard of it. And I'm actually interested now to look into it more. So it's called a part of the growing process. You grow and then you learn. And even I said things about Nazeer at first. And then once evidence came out that actually proved quite to the contrary, I was different. And then I owned up and I'm like, oh, I thought that at first, but now it's actually this. That's nothing to make me look bad. It's just that new information came out. I verified something else was true, and I found out something else was true. I confirmed it. So now we move on to something else that we don't know about. that's called maturity, it's called growth, and it's called just being a regular person to me. But there are some people like a narcissist, they never want to admit to being wrong. They never want to like self-correct or retract or anything, because they want to have this perfect image of they never do anything wrong, they never get anything wrong at all. It's weird, but that's not how you grow. The reason I can learn about different things is because I'm open-minded and I'm open to different things or different ways of thinking. And then someone can point something out, I can research it, and then I'll learn something new. So then next time something happens and someone says someone's making these types of noises, I'm like, oh, maybe they were making sounds like a death rattle. And then people will say, oh, what's death rattle? And then I could teach someone something new. I mean, that's the part of growing and learning and maturing. But not everybody thinks that way, right? So if I'm wrong, I'll admit that I'm wrong, and then I'll actually take it as a learning moment. But not everybody is that way. So anyways, yeah, I'm just ranting. Yeah, not ranting, but I'm just talking right now. So on a tangent. So I'll see y'all later. I could talk to y'all forever, because I mean, like, this is like a topic that we can all discuss and talk. And I think someone else is live right now. I think Shank is live, so y'all can go check out Shank Rock's channel. He usually stays on longer, and I will see y'all later. And I can't wait till we have an open panel in chat. And if you missed this live, leave a comment, and I will look into all the questions that y'all will answer, and then I will pick some, and then I will your question might get chosen. That doesn't mean that it will actually get responded to by him, but we will see. I'm actually gonna read the chat later, y'all. When I say I'm tired, I am tired. But so Maria, I'm gonna read the chat, but right now I have to get off. I'm like burnt out right now. I have to get off. I'm tired. But I definitely will read the chat and the comments. So make sure you leave a comment, and then I will get back to you, okay? And that's why you're going to keep prospering and rising to the top, because you're willing to learn. I'm glad I didn't open. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, I take it as a learning thing. And I have taught myself to do a lot of things. I know how to do I know how to do things on cars. I know how to fix computers. I take them apart. I have taught myself a lot of things. I'm a person that likes to learn. So I don't have an issue with that. Oh my gosh, this comment. She's putting this on Nazeer because her and Manhan are probably kin. I mean, all right, Nigerian woman. Okay. Woo, I don't know, but she is going hard for Daejhanae. Like, I haven't looked through her catalog of videos, but like, girl, like, have you made anything, any videos on Daejhanae? Like, you're letting her off the hook. I don't know what's going on with that. Are people assuming the maid speaks English? Good question, because I talked to one maid and she didn't really understand anything I was hardly saying, but that's just one. She could, I don't know, broken English, we don't know. Good night. And I'm gonna read your comment last, Marie, okay? All right, girl. All right, I'm reading it. Can you also ask Dani if the doctors say something prior to giving her CPR, what's going on with her body? I did ask a question about what the doctor say when she saw the knot on her head. Not what the doctor say. What was the response when the doctor said, mentioned the knot on Shanquella's head, right? And he said the fall, that pretty much the doctor was told about the fall. When the doctor saw the knot on Shanquella's head, she questioned it, and she was told that it was alcohol poisoning and that Shanquella fell. And that actually was put out by Dani De La Rosa Anaya too. So to be honest, a lot of things that Nazeer is saying is actually co-signed by somebody else. Like the drunk too much and fell was said by Nazeer, and it was actually co-signed and put out way before Nazeer. It was actually put out by Dani De La Rosa Anaya is the first one I heard it. And then I heard it later from Nazeer. So yeah, so a lot of times he says something that's actually co-signed by somebody else later or at around the same point. But yeah, I understand your question is a little different from that, and I also look into your question. I understand yours is a different version. All right, thank you, mods and everybody. Hit the like button your way out. Hey, Aries. Good night. Take care. And shout out again to everybody that sends to support, whether it was Cash App, Super Stickers, and Super Chats. And now the next video will be open chat. I'll make sure I have a lot of energy, open chat, open questions, and open panel. So you'll also be able to join my panel if you want to. Yes, I will check everything in the chat. Tomorrow when I have energy, I will read over the comments in the chat and also in the comments below. Good night, y'all.